Hey guys, it's Cara here and I'm behind the scenes on the set of Silent Comedy and I'm here with one of the comedians, Andi Snelling. Welcome!
I've come out from behind the scenes.
Yay! Behind the beard, as the last segment would say.
Oh, right.
Yes, that's a secret. Tell us about what you're doing on the show.
Sure. In a nutshell, without too much spoiler alerting, I am entering the World Stand-Up Championships and I'm doing it on roller skates.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, and I'm taking it very seriously.
Yes, okay.
I'm there to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very competitive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually like true of me as Andi anyway in life.
Yeah.
But also the character.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell us about you as a comedian. Like, what inspired you to get into comedy?
It's funny because I've always felt like I kind of was accidentally doing comedy anyway. What I mean by that is I grew up as a dancer and then I did more kind of the whole drama school conventional acting. And what has inevitably happened throughout my life is that I've always been given these roles that are the sort of, you know, goofy clown comedy role. Yeah. And it was only, you know, sort of once I'd been actually in this industry for a little while that I sort of turned around one day and went, oh, there's a pattern going on here. Oh, maybe I'm actually not just an actor, but also a comedian. This is what sort of seems to be happening. So I see myself as an accidental comedian, I guess. Like I didn't deliberately set out and I certainly didn't, like initially start in the comedy scene by any means. I was in a much more sort of mainstream acting route to begin with. So,
oh wow!
But I love comedy. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So, is there anyone that really inspires you in comedy? Like that every time you watch their set, you're just in like laughing, falling on the ground.
A lot of people. I think myself, I'm into alternative forms of comedy. I'm into clowning, and yes, obviously, the reason why I'm here, very physical comedy. So I'm actually really into some of the old school, like slapstick style comedians. Like I'm talking like the Buster Keatons, the Charlie Chaplins, even, you know, Lucille Ball. Those actually are something those are people I really, really love. But modern day clowns as well. Like, you know, even in Hollywood, there are, you know, actors who are quite, you know, if you look at even just like a mainstream movie like Bridesmaids, you know, there's quite a lot of physical comedy clowning going on in that. So, yeah.
So would you identify yourself as a physical comedian or a comedian that does physical comedy?
Wow, there's a difference, I guess. I never thought of it. I often just, to be honest, refer to myself as a performer because I feel like it captures the umbrella of lots of different categories because I do a lot of comedy, but I also do non-comedy as well. So to be honest, I use the term performer or physical performer. So
do you think, as a little bit of a side note question, things are funnier when you don't say anything? You know how you get in trouble at school and then the teacher will say, don't say anything, and then everyone's laughing. Do you think it's just life is funnier when things are unsaid?
I think not necessarily. I think it depends on the context, but definitely I think we don't realise how much we think we're relying on words to be funny, and I do definitely think less is more. So in that sense, I think anything can be funny.
There you go. This conversation could be funny.
So I don't think words are necessary at all to be funny. And if anything, how clever is it to be funny without using words, you know, to not be relying on words to have to be the funny element. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's awesome too. And that, you know, comedy writing totally has its awesome place. But I think there is something very powerful about just the body alone.
It's such a skill.
You know.
Do you have any tips on people who might be looking at getting into physical comedy or silent comedy? And would you give them any advice?
I feel like having a really good, you know, without getting too like hippie or whatever, but fuck it. I feel like having a really good awareness of your body is like step number one, is like, do I know what it actually kind of looks like if I do this? Do you know? if you don't have that awareness, then I think it's a lot harder to have control over the comedy that you might be trying to create. That doesn't mean you have to be a coordinated person. I know plenty of comedians who are funny because they are, you know, lanky and goofy and falling all over the place, but they're aware that that's their thing. Yeah. That makes them funny. So I think just having that awareness, you know, any activity, anything you can do that gives you a better understanding of like, what is your body type, you know, are you a fluid mover, or, you know, are you better at, I don't know, yeah, doing fast pace or slow pace or whatever.
You sort of figure it out along the way.
Yeah. I know for me, and again, like I said, this is all accidental, so it wasn't planned, but I know for me, coming from a dance and gymnastics background has been fundamental in the kind of physical comedy that I do now, and has been like amazing training, you know, in a way for that.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Crikey, this sounds like a job interview.
Serious question.
Ooh. Well, look, in 5 years' time, what year are we going to be? We're 2018 now, so wow, 2023. I cannot imagine. Definitely still making art, I should hope. Yeah, I'm actually just in the moment, at the moment, creating my 3rd solo show. So, you know, maybe that'll be just like the big breakout show, and I'll be just still touring the world with that show in 5 years.
Yeah, oh good.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, well good luck. Hopefully it all works out. I'm sure it will. But,
oh, thanks.
Yeah. And one really quick one to finish. Can you make us laugh in 5 seconds?
Can I make you what?
Laugh.
Oh.
I think mission accomplished.